Hello and welcome. We're at the track covering the Sport of Kings. Coming up, a new 3-year-old emerges as a potential threat to Supreme Soul's bid for Triple Crown glory at Caymanas Park in Jamaica, where an imported US sprinter, Sparkle Diamond, drops a jaw-dropping performance in a 5-furlong sprint. We have the best racing from TNT's Santa Rosa Park and at Newmarket in England, where the legendary trainer, Aidan O'Brien, saddles yet another Group 1 win. But first, we start at the mecca of racing in the English-speaking Caribbean, Caymanas Park in Jamaica.
6 runners heading to the starting gates for the I'm Satisfied trophy for 3-year-olds. A showdown expected between the 2-horse Derby third placer Tricky One with reigning champion Anthony Thomas and number 6 Crimson with the leading rider Chris Mamdeen in the saddle. Tricky One, who chased home Supreme Soul and the Sentient in both the Derby and the Governor's Cup, a heavy 1-5 favorite for leading trainer Anthony Baba Nunez. The 3-horse Sir Ian Links an 8-1 bet, and number 6 Crimson the second favorite at even money for trainer Gary Sobrati. Here's Brian Rickman with the call.
They've left the 5. Make their way toward the half-mile. Caymanas leads, but not so far. Crimson has cut into it, joined by Tricky One. These 3 abreast for a moment as they arrive at the half-mile, and now Crimson shows attacked already by Tricky One. These 2 go at it. It could be a match race from here. Caymanas fades badly, so Ian Links now about to catch that one and overtake. Salar is further back, and Envisage remains at the back. They've left the 3 and run toward the 5/16th and the battle up front. Crimson on the rail, Tricky One right alongside. Eye to eye, they enter the lane in the I'm Satisfied trophy, and they continue the war up front as they slip past the quarter pole. The stick now comes out in the left hand of Crimson and in the right hand of Tricky One, and Crimson now is battling Tricky One as they arrive at the furlong pole. Crimson with that lead. Tricky One left a length and a half down. They run toward the 16th pole in the I'm Satisfied trophy, and Crimson in the colours of my cross, the trainer Gary Sobrati. They all have a double. Crimson wins the I'm Satisfied trophy over Tricky One.
Mamdeen busy in the saddle here. Crimson notching a second win from 6 career starts, pulling clear of the big favourite in a huge win that leading rider Mamdeen knew was on the cards.
I've been working the horse in the exercise, so I've been knowing the horse changing up more and more, so I was very confident going to this race.
As the even money favourite, Crimson gets a fine win by 5 lengths, thumping the 1-5 favourite Tricky One. 2 minutes 10 and 2/5 of a second, the winning time for the 10-furlong trip for trainer Gary Sobrati and owner Michael Bernard, who says he is now eyeing the July 27 St Leger after this big win over classic contender Tricky One that did not surprise him.
Certainly not. I expected this. I always wanted the jockey to remember, give us the left hand. And when he came there, he gave the left hand and we saw what we want. The reason why you haven't seen her in the classics earlier, or him rather, is because he was not well. If you recall, he fell in a race because he wasn't well and another horse fell over in front of him. But we think the trainer is actually working on him and getting him right. So hopefully he'll be very, very right for the St Leger.
Another highlight of Saturday's Caymanas Park race card. An ultra-smart sprinting display by the US import Sparkle Diamond. The Ralph Porter trained 3-year-old colt in front early and entertaining no challengers.
As they head toward the half-mile, Western Wheels going in chase a length and a half back. Any Diner on the outside in the orange silks. Boulder Flare races on the rail. Lady Blue in between horses. Prince Charles racing out 3 wide. A gap of 4 opens up to top shelf. And last of all, it's Circle. Arriving at the 5/16th, Sparkle Diamond continues to stride out easily under the handride, turning for home with a clear advantage. Western Wheels is left 5 or more lengths back in second. Lady Blue just on the outside in third, but it's Sparkle Diamond coming away inside the final 3/16. Sparkle Diamond getting a crack or 2 of that right-hand stick, leaves the furlong pole and doesn't seem as if Lady Blue will ever touch Sparkle Diamond with a clear lead inside the final 16th. It's Sparkle Diamond and Shane Ellis. They're coasting in for a comfortable and emphatic victory. They win by 7.
Shane Ellis on an easy ride here as a Sparkle Diamond completes back-to-back wins for 2 wins now in 3 career starts. Behind splits of 22-2 and 45-3, he dashes to a smart winning time of 58 and 3/5 of a second. The Phillies Guinness runner-up Lady Blue a distant second, 6 1/4 lengths behind one of the most impressive sprint performances at Caymanas Park in many moons.
He's a very good horse. Honestly, he's a very, very good horse. And he's immature right now. He's new to the game. He's learning. And, you know, 5 round was a little bit too sharp for him, and he wasn't really realize what's going on. I had to shake him up from the gate, and when he get on in front and thing, he just carry on. I was like a passenger the rest of the way.
The feature event at TNT Santa Rosa Park on Saturday was race 6 on the turf course over a mile for horses rated 80 and over. The 4-5 favourite Stockyard was close to the lead, leaving the backstretch.
Trini Aviator now has pressure in the form of Root of Jesse. Stockyard is under the push now in third. Then comes the fourth horse. That's Tis a Vibe. After Tis a Vibe is How Sweet It Is. Then 3 lengths back to Buffalo Soldier. They come out from the far turn, approaching the final 500 meters, and Trini Aviator is doing this really nicely indeed. He turns into the home stretch, a leader by a length and a half, and is now stretching right away from Root of Jesse. The favourite Stockyard is in some problems in third. Then comes Tis a Vibe. How Sweet It Is next. They have just about 150 meters to go, and Trini Aviator still there, but is starting to paddle now as Stockyard comes to challenge with 25 meters to travel. Trini Aviator punch right out to victory.
ADR on commentary at 9-5 odds. Ex-champion jockey Brian Boodramsing delivers the perfect front-running ride and gets the 4-year-old colt Trini Aviator home by a neck, defeating the favourite Stockyard, clocking 1 minute 39 seconds for 8 furlongs for trainer John O'Brien and owner David Ojar.
A story of courage and determination now from Canada, where the Barbadian jockey Rico Walcott is back in the saddle and winning after returning from several months on the sidelines following surgery to remove a brain tumor.
Walcott suffered 4 seizures in the space of an hour back in March, triggering a rush to hospital and immediate surgery to remove a huge tumor. The 30-year-old only returned to the saddle last Thursday for the first time in 4 months, and by Saturday he was in winner's row at the Central Mile racetrack in Edmonton aboard 2-1 favourite Shanghai Mike in a maiden special weight contest. Despite operating below full fitness, the 7-time Northland Park champion jockey also won twice on Sunday, but Walcott is prepared to take things slowly for the remaining 6 weeks of the season.
To England now, where the Darley July Cup was the feature event on the closing day of the July Festival at the world-famous Newmarket racetrack.
A fiercely contested 6-furlong sprint with the 92-bet 10 Sovereigns middle of the track there, with jockey Ryan Moore in the purple and white silks in the pace from early and bracing for a challenge from the favourite Advertise.
As they race inside the final 2 furlongs in the Darley July Cup, and 10 Sovereigns out in front, drifting to the centre of the course, but has the lead, chased now by stable companion Fairyland and by Advertise as they race up the hill, and 10 Sovereigns has served it up to them today. He's 2.5 lengths clear, 3 lengths, and wins brilliantly.
Moore's vigorous right-hand whipping rouses 10 Sovereigns to victory by a solid 2 3/4 lengths, clocking 1 minute 9 3/5 of a second for the 6-furlong sprint. Frankie Dettori's mount Advertise, the favourite, getting second. 10 Sovereigns gave trainer Aidan O'Brien a record-equaling 5th success in the Darley July Cup, joining unrelated veteran Vincent O'Brien as a 5-time Darley Cup winning trainer.
We've been at the track covering the sport of kings, and as we look at the ship sailing out yonder, remember, whatever you ride this week, ride with care.